Herschel Walker is someone we've spent a good amount of time on this program talking about, just because he does seem to be both himself not qualified, not mentally stable, and not knowledgeable enough to be a senator. But then also, and we care about having good senators, also, he's kind of representative of this move we've seen among many Republican figures, where I'm the first one to say that I can recognize when someone is smart, knowledgeable, qualified, and I disagree with them a lot. Like, I can separate the two things. Yeah, you're clearly smart, you're good at being a politician, whatever, but I disagree with you. That's not what I'm talking about here. These are individuals we've seen. Dr. Oz is another good example of this, Herschel Walker, who just don't seem at all qualified or a type of person who voters would want to represent them in these huge positions of power. And it seems to be becoming more common, specifically in the Republican Party, where these very cartoonish characters get rise to prominence and become the nominee and sometimes win. Marjorie Taylor Greene is an example of this as well, Lauren Boebert. But Herschel Walker has had a rough time in his campaign so far and seems to be losing now in the polls to Raphael Warnock. And recently, I don't think this is going to help, an ad came out of an anti-Trump Republican group. So it's Republicans, but they're not pro-Trump, created an ad about Herschel Walker where they included a clip of his ex-wife discussing how he had threatened her life with a gun and said he was going to blow her brains out. So obviously, when we're talking about some sort of criminal case, this is not verified. This is not absolutely proven or anything like that. But just the profound nature of seeing someone on screen who is the ex-wife of the person running, being willing to speak out and say what had happened to her or what she's claiming had happened to her is absolutely incredible and really disturbed me a little bit to think about this fact. So let's watch the ad and then we'll discuss.
Do you think you know Herschel Walker? Well, think again. Listen to what his ex-wife had to say about him.
His eyes would become very evil. The guns and knives. I got into a few choking things with him. The first time he held the gun to my head, he held the gun to my temple and said he was going to blow my brains out.
So that is on the massive pile of other reasons that Herschel Walker is not someone who should be getting elected into the Senate. When you hear him talk about any issue, he clearly does not have an understanding of these important issues that we're facing and policy discussions that he should be able to have. He also seems, even admittedly, in many instances, not mentally stable at all, and having many instances where he's done bad things and then not remembered it, but admits that he might not remember when he does certain things, and just really scary stuff. And while obviously if he does have mental health problems, he should get help for them, and I absolutely support that, but that's very much something that should be taken into consideration by voters in Georgia if they want to vote him into office, into one of the most powerful positions in our country. And then you add on top of that the fact that he has his ex-wife out there saying that he threatened her life, put a gun to her head, just super scary stuff. And I think it's just another reason why Herschel Walker needs to be paid attention to be defeated in the 2022 midterms, and is absolutely not somebody who should be a senator. And it also really confuses me and baffles me why the Republican Party would nominate someone like him. They had all these different candidates and they nominated Herschel Walker. It just really doesn't make any sense to me. But we'll keep trying to understand every single day.